Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is Terry Port of Elite Chef Masterclasses, and today we are going to be making one of my catering company's most popular hors d'oeuvres, little snack, pizza, mushroom truffle pizza. Unreal. Alright, we're going to get started though making the pizza dough. Stick around. All right, welcome back. I'm rolling up my sleeves. It's time to get started with the pizza dough. All right, so first thing I'm gonna do, I've got this little two-bowl method here that I'm gonna do, and I'll show you what I'm doing in a sec, okay? One, I'm gonna fill with really hot, steaming tap water. All right, I'll move my flour out of the way so you can see what I'm doing. All right, now, the water for the yeast and the sugar. All right, not quite so hot, but still warm. All right, so just a little bit of water there. And what I'm going to do is the yeast, about a tablespoon of yeast goes in. All right, and also the honey is going to go in like that. Okay, now I'm going to stir these to combine. All right. Put that in here. Now you might be thinking to yourself, what's this bowl for? Let me tell you. Oftentimes, working in restaurants, we do large batches of this. That water for the yeast and the sugar, will stay warm because it's a larger volume. Whereas at home, we do smaller batches and that cools down really quick. So what I like to do at home with smaller amounts is sit that in a bowl of hot water so it stays to the temperature that we want, okay? And what we're doing right now is we're blooming the yeast, allowing it to activate, all right? Now, to talk about yeast for a quick second, all right? I like using instant yeast versus active, dry, or even fresh for that matter. Reason being is because the instant, I'm not sure exactly the term for the process that has been done to the yeast, but those little pellets for the instant, they're dormant, okay? But they're 100% powerful, okay? Let me explain. When you buy fresh yeast, initially when you buy the fresh yeast, it is 100%. But as it sits a day, 2 days, 3 days, 4 days, the yeast starts to die, all right? And you have less efficiency or effectiveness, less blooming power, less strength for it to double and rise and do all the great things that yeast does, flavor as well, all right? Whereas the instant, like I said, 100% of it is now activated, okay? Now, I've also seen recipes for any type of bread where they add salt to this mixture. Do not do that. Salt is a disinfectant. It kills bacteria. So salt, really important, but it will kill the yeast. All right, we don't want that. We want this bacteria. We want this to thrive, which is why we give it sugar. All right, I've used honey. You can use raw sugar, granulated sugar, maple syrup, whatever your heart desires. You're doing something Mexican, hell, use agave nectar. Sugar is an important part here to give the yeast something to consume, all right? That's food, that's what it wants. So we're gonna come back in probably about 3-4 minutes and see what's happened to this. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. You can see now the yeast has gotten lots of bubbles on top. That has definitely bloomed. I can smell the yeast. It's just, it's a beautiful aroma. I'm gonna get in my flour into my mixer bowl that's gonna be set up over here. Now, I just gotta point something out. I've got this beautiful now new table arrangement with the red stripes. I had to turn my mixer this way for the red stripes. You gotta keep on brand, no? Okay, I'll stop. So, flour goes in, just like that. Let's get rid of that. Yeast now goes in. This into the mixer with my blow hook attachment. There it is, okay? And now I'm gonna start mixing that and get my salt in. But I'm gonna switch the cameras around so you got a view of this. Oh, olive oil. Almost forgot that. All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I've got all the ingredients that you saw me just add into the mixer over here. I'm gonna get the bowl up and get it started to go together. Definitely do not start this on high speed, otherwise you're gonna be wearing it. I've got my warm water ready to be added here. Okay, and then once that starts combining, I'll then decide whether I need to add more or not. Now that it's started to mix together, now I can add the salt. I'm going to get in a little bit more flour to help that come off the sides and congeal a little bit more. All right, coming together. Now what the important part is to let have happen, there we go. That's what I'm looking for right there, okay? It's being pulled off the sides of the walls and coming together in a ball. That's what we're looking for. All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. My dough has been mixing for about 8 or 9 minutes away, and I'm gonna get this out. Beautiful. So that little bit of flour just helps prevent this from sticking too much to me. Out of the way as well. Now, I just want to do a few more folds to it. You can see, look how smooth that is. All right, that's really important. That's what you're looking for. I am good with that right there. Now, a lot of recipes say let it proof for most doughs, let it proof for an hour and a half, 2 hours, 3 hours in a warm spot. Sure, that works. Okay, but the longer you let it proof, the more flavor you develop in all of your breads. All right, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to get a little bit of olive oil into my bowl. All right, this is going to go in the olive oil. Saran wrap it, put it in my fridge for 24 hours. You heard that right, okay? So let me get this wrapped up. I'll get my table cleaned up and we'll come back tomorrow. Stick around. It'll be a couple of seconds for you. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. That was a quick 24 hours, I told you. All right, so just pulling this out of the fridge, it got knocked down a little bit and deflated. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop this out of the bowl and get it onto my cutting board here with a little bit of flour just to make sure it doesn't stick. I'm going to get some flour on my hands. Same reason, obviously. All right. Now, this is a very important tool, a plastic scraper, to get that off the sides and not have your hands all sticky and everything like that. All right. So now you can see just getting it off there. And I'm going to get that on. Lots of olive oil still on the bottom. That's great. I'm going to get that out of the way. All right. Now, get this going. That's a lot of olive oil that I put in there. A little bit too much. All right, so I'm just going to clean that off my board. I'm going to get this off so it doesn't ruin my apron. Okay, there we go. We'll just set that off to the side. Lots more flour. Hey, mistakes are going to happen. A little bit too much olive oil on my when I poured it into the bowl. Shit happens. I'm not here to try and fluff things over. All right, if you make a mistake, man, you can still get through it. All right, now. You want to talk about perfection, though. There is a gentleman that I've been following for years. I got to give him a bit of a plug here. He is a baking professor as well as a chef, Chef Matthew James Duffy. Phenomenal baker, amazing Instagram page. We've chatted a bit through social media over the years as I've been following and revering him. Really great guy. Definitely do give his page a follow. He's also got some classes that he sells, these series that I definitely recommend you take a look at if you really want to get into some serious bread baking. I am but a pale novice compared to him, so he might even rip me apart for some of this stuff that I'm doing, which I'm totally fine with. Bring it on. Bring on the constructive stuff. All right. So anyway, so I got the dough now here knocked down. I'm going to segregate this dough. I'd probably say I can get about 6 pizza doughs out of it. Okay, now what I'm going to do, we want to do a second proof on this. So now what I'm going to do is just kind of cup my hand on top there, and just with the cutting board still a little tacky, is just roll it around like that. Nice smooth ball on top, okay, like that. And I'm going to put it onto this tray that I have on the side here. Got those done up like that, looking all pretty. Again, Matthew, Chef Matthew, if you're watching, please be gentle on ripping me apart, okay? All right, so now, get those covered up. Warm place, which is near. All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're about to get going on this pizza assembly. Cast iron's getting smoking hot over there. I am going to get a little bit of flour, not only on my hands, all right, a little bit down on my board just to assist with that. Also, a little bit onto my pizza paddle, but also some cornmeal. Yeah, cornmeal. Why cornmeal? I'll be honest with you, when I was a kid, even now to this day, I love McDonald's. And for those of you that remember, McDonald's used to have pizza, and they used to put roll out their doughs on cornmeal, and I love that textural thing, so I do it now. And yeah, I love McDonald's. I said it. All right. Okay, so you can see the pizza dough has puffed up. I'm going to just start smacking that down. Okay, so now what I am going to do, the reason I got it on the pizza paddle, one time I was making 4 or 5 pizzas at a catering event, and I laid them all out, I stretched them all out, 4 or 5 of them, can't remember how many it was, and then I did not do it on the pizza paddle, I just did it straight on the large marble countertop that this lady had. All right, and then what ends up happening? Well, by the time I get to the 4th or 5th one, and 5th one actually, I lost a few of them, I couldn't use them anymore. All right, why? Because they started to stick to the table. So you kind of got to move a little bit fast here. Bechamel. All right, and just a nice thin layer there. Before I put the mushrooms on, I'm going to get the edges brushed up with a little bit of olive oil. And then the leoparding is where the edges of the dough start looking like leopard skin. All right, that kind of spotted browning and blackening of it. All right, Parmesan. Beautiful, yeah, yeah, yeah. Who doesn't love Parmesan Reggiano? All of you people who have dairy allergies, eek. Then again, I guess I shouldn't talk. I got a total seafood allergy. Which is why I'm doing the show with the SVK network called The Meat Sweats coming up soon, October 14th. Make sure you watch for it. All right, I'm going to finish off with Parmigiano Reggiano. Right on top there, make it look beautiful. Not Parmigiano Reggiano, parsley chiffonade. What am I thinking? Okay, so now, before I move forward and try and slide this off onto my cast iron, clean it off. I don't have a big pizza deck oven like a lot of restaurants. I'm using a home thing here, okay? I've got my cast iron pan in the oven upside down, all right? See, take a look. Upside down, it's nice and hot. You can see it smoking. I got it cranked on broil, and now I'm gonna slide this off, all right? There we go. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Pizza's starting to smell beautiful inside the oven. Woo, look at what we have here. We got some leoparding going on. Almost lost it. All right, leoparding going on around the edge there. I still have, don't worry about it. Okay, so now, like I said, let that cool down. All right, welcome back, folks. I got a little bit of olive oil because I'm gonna brush the edge with a little bit more. It's been sitting for a minute there, getting all, still hot, but just releasing a lot of that steam. And I've got my trusty pastry brush here. All right, gonna give that beautiful edge a nice shine up, make it look all purty. I like a little bit more parsley chiffon on there, the truffle oil, a little bit more Parmesan. I've got my beautiful knife here ready to go. Crack into that guy, crack into that. You hear that crunch? Do you guys hear that? Let's see if I can get it closer there. Oh man, I'm gonna get into it. Still steaming, all right? Oh man, I'm so excited for this. Ladies and gentlemen, the smell on this is unreal. Oh, hot as it can be, but oh my God. That is truly one of the most incredible. That's amazing. Folks, as I try to eat this and close out this show finally, that is the culmination of all the things that I was leading up to, kind of a crescendo of classes to this, teaching you about parsley chiffonade, the Parmesan, and how to keep that stored in your fridge properly, the mushrooms, searing them properly, making a bechamel, just building that up. This is what I'm going to do, is create content that has a flow to it. There's a reason I'm building up towards a master class that encompasses a lot of the things that we're building towards. That crescendo, like I said, all right? And this was it. Ladies and gentlemen, please do give this a try because this is unbelievable. Thank you very much, everybody. I'm Terry Port of Elite Chef Masterclasses, and this was my masterclass on truffle mushroom pizza. Thank you very much. Have a wonderful day.